So lately there have been a lot of collections of games coming out, and I thought to myself, what is an example of a great port of a classic game series? Well, I kept coming back to Sonic Jam. Sonic Jam is a native port of the Genesis quadrilogy of Sonic games to the Sega Saturn. So today, let's begin a journey to discover the magic of these classic games. And before we begin, if you want to see more Sonic related content, then subscribing and clicking that bell icon will help the channel a lot. Let's get started. Sega were a major part of gaming in the 90s, even having the majority market share for a time. This was impressive when Nintendo was synonymous with gaming, but it wasn't always that way. Until 1991, the company really struggled to break into the Western market, although the Master System had made a pretty big impact in other markets. In 1990, when Sega ordered its developers to create a game featuring a mascot for the company, after many suggestions, they settled on a blue hedgehog, Sonic. From this point forward, development would ensue for the Blue Blur, and on June 23rd, 1991, we finally got Sonic the Hedgehog for the Sega Genesis, or the Sega Mega Drive, for you, friends over in Europe. The game was aggressive in its marketing against Nintendo, advertising blast processing, which was a reference to the Genesis having a more than double the clock speed of the Super Nintendo on its CPU. Obviously these things mean little as we know today, but back then this was enough to convince a generation of kids to ask for this sleek black console and blue hedgehog over the blocky, ugly Super Nintendo. Let's talk about why this game had such an impact and why it was such a success. First, we have to talk about the art direction. Sonic the Hedgehog had a colorful display and pretty graphics. It was doing a good job pushing the Genesis despite the less capable graphics of the system compared to the Super Nintendo. The variety of designs for each of the 6 zones really showed off what was truly capable on the system. Sonic is a literal blue blur at times, and this was eye candy to kids. The gameplay was simplistic. The game controlled with a D-pad and one jump button that was mapped to all 3 of the Genesis face buttons. This was easy to pick up but hard to master. The game was not without its faults though. It is clear that the developers were still figuring out how to make the game a successful game. They were experimenting with level design and using varying degrees of obstacles that would slow the progression of levels. The first zone allows you to run through it at a fast pace and beat it with relative ease. But Zone 2 immediately makes you slow down and wait in certain sections. And think about your next move. This mishmash happens all throughout the game, and this is clearly the developers trying different approaches to game design. The game has 6 unique zones, with a final area to fight Robotnik. Each of them have 3 acts, with the last act being a fight with Robotnik. These fights are creative, but they are not anything too difficult to handle. There are definitely some level designs that will make you question what they were thinking, like the boss fight in Starlight Zone that locks you out of any rings past a checkpoint. This game can be a little difficult to the uninitiated, and it may make you want to play something better, but the game is still great fun, and at the time, when there was only Mario, this was a cool contrast in game design. It just feels nice going for full speed through these levels when they let you. It kinda feels like the game is getting close to perfection when it stops you in place to think about the situation you are in. It's clear that they were still trying to figure out what makes a Sonic game at this time. Some would argue that they're still trying to figure this out. One thing that they definitely got right in this game though is the music. And this is a trait that will carry over to every single Sonic game going forward. Even the bad Sonic games have amazing music. The soundtracks in Sonic games are amazing. It does not matter what your feelings for the games are. The music is always good. Even the garbage games in the series present an amazing Sonic experience. From the opening of the game, you feel excited to be playing this game. And the game lulls you in with a false sense of enjoyment, even when it brutally beats you down with force. Oh, I just got crushed by an unfair hitbox, but man, this music be bopping. Bop, bop, bop. If you can make it to the end of this beautiful game, then you will face off with RNG Egg the Boss 2.0. Remember RNG Egg from DKC2? Well, this is obviously nothing like that. The boss fight has a randomness that can be manipulated if you study the game enough, but otherwise you will essentially be dealing with complete randomness and have to react accordingly. The goal is to hit the big Eggman enough times to defeat him. After all of this, you get the credit screen and a job well done. Well, what? I have to go back through and collect all the emeralds, and for what? A few seconds of a slightly better animation at the end. Maybe they will get it better next time. This game is obviously a solid A and a must play for any fan of Sonic. The game can be played in many different ways, but my preferred method is in the Sonic Jam port on the Saturn. It is in collections on the Switch, PS4, Xbox, and PC, and they all run okay even if they are emulated poorly in the sound department. If you enjoy this review, then you're in luck. I will be doing reviews of the Sonic Quadrilogy from the Genesis era. And if you want to see more of that, then subscribe to the channel and smack that bell to be notified when new videos are released. If you enjoyed the video, then like and comment down below with your favorite Sonic memories. And if you want to join my Discord or follow my Twitter to stay in touch with me, my channel updates, then links are in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, consider joining my Patreon in the links down below. Until next time guys, stay nerdy.